Hi, all. Bryan VantHof here with Remax Advantage Plus, Ramsey Trusted, and the Minnesota real estate team. As always, I hope you're having a great week. Today is Thursday, July 31st, the last day of July. Another month behind us. We are 2/3 of our way through summer. Hope you enjoyed it so far. First NFL preseason game is tonight. Lots of back to school stuff going on in stores, Target, Walmart, Amazon, everything else. Lots of other things going on too. People scrambling for getting that last vacation in for the summer. So a lot of things going on. State Fair starts in 3 weeks from today, which for many Minnesotans kind of caps summer, kind of the unofficial, or in some ways official end to summer as kids go back to school and we get into fall activities starting in September. Again, I hope you're having a great summer so far. Let's get into the real estate numbers for the week of those previously owned homes within a 50-mile radius of downtown Minneapolis in Minnesota. We saw 1,109 new listings in the past 7 days. That is down 45 listings from the prior week, but 74 more than last week of July last year. 243 of those did sell in the first 7 days, which is up 20 from the previous week. 789 of the new listings were single family. That's down 10. 215 were townhomes. That's down 31. And 105 were condos, which is down 4. We are sitting at 321 coming soon listings out there right now, which is down 4 from the previous week. Pace of new listings is starting to slow, and inventory is very slowly creeping up, with total inventory being up about 1% compared to where we were last week, sitting at a total inventory number of 5,921 available homes. That's an increase of 61 from the prior week, but 856 more than where we were at the same time last year. Now, with that being said, we are seeing that spread of total inventory. I think last month I saw we were well over 1,000 different from the prior year. So we are kind of shrinking that number up, being 856 less than where we were last year. We are not expanding our inventory comparatively speaking, but we are actually reducing. So overall, it's still very consistent, still a little bit more of a seller's market than a buyer's market, but I'll kind of talk about that here a little bit later. From 2 years ago, we were up 2,246 listings. Of our available homes, 3,721 are single family. That's up 62. Median listing price of $500,000. That's down $5,000 from the prior week. 1,135 are townhomes. That's up 5, and a median price of $300,000, which is unchanged. 1,065 are condos. That is down 6 at a median price of $208,000, which is down $2,000 from the prior week. 814 homes went from active to pending this week, down 14, and 734 went from pending to sold. That is up 36. Mortgage rates still did nothing. Fed says they left the rates unchanged, and mortgage rates have pretty much been unchanged. So quite honestly, I think that if the Fed had lowered rates, mortgage rates would actually have gone up, not down. I think my personal opinion is the fact that the Fed left the interest rates alone is really a good sign actually for interest rates. So we'd love to get some stability in our financial markets, which will ultimately help out when it comes to interest rates overall. A good mortgage broker would be at about 6.75, maybe a little bit higher than that on a fixed 30-year conventional. We're up about 1/8 from 1 month ago, and 3 months ago, about 1/4% lower than 6 months ago. We're about the same as we were 9 months ago, but over 0.5% higher than where we were at this time last year. Late July through September last year was the lowest mortgage rates that we have seen in the past 12 months. Doesn't mean anything going forward. Doesn't mean that interest rates are always better for buyers as the fall approaches. It's just that's where things were at this time last year. On the showing activity side of things, there was approximately 14,750 realtor scheduled showings in the past week. That's down 600 from the prior week, but 965 more than where we were for the last week of July last year. Due to our higher inventory levels, showings per listing did drop slightly from last year. We are right now at 3.16, where we were at 3.21 last year. So that's a little bit on the regular local market on the previously owned homes and what's going on with them and the showings and the mortgages. But now let's talk about what I'm going to call a tale of two markets. And what a tale of two markets is, when you look at a national level, and even in some cases when you look at a local level, we are seeing a divergent real estate market in some areas compared to what's going on in other areas. Depending on where you live nationally and locally as well, the housing market could feel red hot, or it could feel really quiet, strangely quiet right now. The truth is, on a national level, local markets are starting to move in different directions. In some places, buyers are calling the shots. In others, sellers still hold the power. And one of the biggest factors affecting each market is the number of active buyers and the number of active sellers. So demand, supply, active buyers, demand, active sellers, supply. What's going on there? According to Redfin, nationally, the Northeast and Midwest are more likely to be sellers' markets. According to Redfin, buyers still outnumber sellers in those areas. But in the South and West, those areas are leaning more towards buyers' markets, more sellers than buyers. That's a real major shift from where we were just a couple of years ago, when sellers across the country really had the position of power on everything. Today, local conditions matter more than ever, and they can really vary from one local neighborhood, community to the next. If we look by region, according to Redfin, the Midwest has approximately 112,500 active buyers out there right now versus 107,500 sellers. So we have more buyers compared to sellers. Demand is higher than supply. In the South, there's 184,300 active buyers versus 302,000 active sellers. Supply, demand, that's going to lower your prices in those areas. So very much divergent in the South. The West, approximately 128,600 active buyers versus 193,600 active sellers. So again, in the West, supply, demand. That also will impact prices, and it ultimately turns out that those areas are buyers' markets right now, comparatively speaking. If we look nationally, about half of the top 50 markets, the top 50 real estate markets or metro areas, about half are up and about half are either flat or down. For example, Tampa, Florida and Austin, Texas, they are both down over 5% when you look at June of last year to June of this year. Cleveland and New York are both up over 4% in that same time frame. The Twin Cities, we are up just under 3% over that time frame. So the Twin Cities metro market is certainly more in that green market or green valuation where prices continue to go upwards. A lot of different reasons why that's the case, but that's where we're at. We are more on the end of the spectrum for the Midwest, where it's still a seller's market for things. So local insights matter. You want to be working with a realtor who understands that. I can help you understand what's happening all the way down to a zip code level, including whether your favorite area is more of a buyer market or more of a seller's market. I can help you figure out how to set the right price or craft an offer strategy based on local trends. I can also help you create the best way to make your move happen, really, no matter what's happening in the real estate market. Your success in real estate really depends on working with somebody who understands every aspect of your local area. So that's a little bit about the inventory. That's a little bit about the supply and demand. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve my clients the best way I can. This week, to finish, I did want to share a little bit of feedback that I received from a buyer this week. I helped 5 first-time home buyers close on the purchase of their home here within the past week. They were all willing to give me feedback. It was all 5 out of 5 stars, but I wanted to share this particular feedback form just in general. Here's what my buyers had to say. We truly valued your deep knowledge of the market and the wisdom you shared throughout our home buying journey. As first-time buyers, we came in with very little understanding of the process or what was even possible. Your guidance helped us navigate each step with confidence and clarity. We are especially grateful for your patience as we explored many homes in a wide range of conditions. Your calm demeanor and quick responsiveness brought us a sense of peace during what could have been a stressful time. Thank you for helping us find a home that fits our family so well. Honestly, we can't think of anything you could improve on. It was a 10 out of 10 experience working with you. We spoke with several other realtors before connecting with you, and none came close to your level of communication and responsiveness. Some had so many screening steps that we never even got to speak with the actual realtor, only their admin team. From the start, you were present, approachable, and patient. You made us feel heard and supported through every step, and that made a huge difference, especially as first-time homebuyers. I'd like to thank them for giving me this feedback. After reading that feedback, my first question that popped into my mind is, why would you ever work with someone who wants to screen you to see if your questions or issues are important enough to talk to them about? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why put up so many barriers to talking to someone who has a question about real estate, about buying a home, about selling a home? So when you call me, I'm the one who's answering all the time. Text, call, email, I'm the one responding. If you're thinking about buying or selling yet this year, I'd really love to connect. I'm here, I'm available. I'd love to be the expert in your corner. So I will be able to guide you through the market, make good decisions for yourself, create strategies that work for you. I'm here. Reach out anytime, text, call, email. Love to be the realtor that helps you accomplish your goals. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.